Nation of Fit in 10, welcome to day 13. And if you have not booked, and most of you have, but if you have not, if you're one of those people who have not booked with me, please make sure you do. Book your next scan. Go to calendly.com/fit10, www.calendly.com/fit10. I did send out an email about it along with your Zoom link, which by the way, I think is the same Zoom link as you used last time. It should be. But if you're not sure, just go to the email, take a look. It's also in Slack under the general tab. Book it, let's meet, let's see how you do. And it is not the end of the world if you don't get to your goal. This is, regardless of how you do, this is a journey. And part of this is, first of all, this is not done in vain, okay? Nothing in this challenge is done in vain, but it's a journey in that, ideally I want you to get to here, and that takes some time, right? It might take some time for you to get to 3 workouts per week, consistently, 3 cardio sessions per week, and then, getting your numbers with your diet, okay? Now, if I had to rank, because people ask me this, if I had to rank what was most important, everything is important in this, okay, including your accountability. But if I had to say what is the number one thing, the most important aspect of this, and that would be the diet component, because the diet is really about control of energy in. And there's only one way we can get energy in. There's only one way, and that is through food, right? But energy output can happen in many forms, right? So it can happen through digestion of food, right? We call this thermic effect of food, okay? So that depends on the types of foods you eat. All right, some foods are going to burn more energy than other foods. Some foods are going to take more energy to digest. So we've got that which can fluctuate depending on what you eat. We've got non-exercise activity, so just your daily activity. Maybe one day you're super active, you're out shopping, you're out walking a lot, you're hiking, whatever. Your non-exercise activity is higher. Okay, so this is going to fluctuate. So again, something else that's going to contribute to your overall energy output. We've got your exercise activity as well. So, what you're doing. Generally speaking, if you're training legs, you're going to burn more energy than if you're training upper body. Or I should say, if you're training larger muscle groups, you're going to burn more energy with that. And then, we've got your basal metabolic rate, right? So, excuse me, I've got something that's just in the corner of my eye. There we go. We've got your basal metabolic rate, right? So this is just basically the amount of energy it takes to keep the lights on. We've got all these different things that contribute to energy output, and those can vary from day to day to some degree. But we've only got one thing that contributes to energy input, and that is our food intake. So controlling that is a huge factor. Just to put it into another light, you can, in theory, do a ton of exercise and not make any difference to your weight. You can do no exercise and make a change to your diet and lose weight. That's how effective diet is. So anyways, I kind of go down a rabbit hole sometimes, but I really want to emphasize the importance of your energy intake. Now, a couple of things I just want to mention here. People are talking about the fact that I guess they've been weighing themselves somewhat frequently. There's been a number of people doing this. And I don't really recommend doing this. However, if you choose to weigh yourself, I would recommend, if you choose to, and your weight will fluctuate day to day. It's just the way it is. If you choose to do this, I would suggest weighing yourself every single day and then taking the average weight for the week. And then the next week, do the same thing, take the average for that week. Okay, this is the way that you'll find to get a reasonable estimate for your weight week to week, not day to day, because day to day is gonna fluctuate. If you sleep one night 6 hours and you sleep another night 8.5 hours, I guarantee you. Okay, well I don't guarantee you, but I will tell you, because I don't know what happened maybe the night before, but let's assume everything else is equal. Okay, you sleep 6 hours one night, sleep 8.5 hours next night. You're gonna be lighter on the day that you sleep 8.5 hours. Okay, you're just gonna lose more water. That's just what will happen. So. And there's many things that are going to affect your weight, okay, day to day. So, this is not the end all be all. It doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. And there are a lot of people that come in to their scan and they say, listen, I don't think I really made any progress. We do their next check-in, we check their body fat percentage, calculate the fat mass, and of course they've lost a lot of fat. So your weight is not an indication necessarily of fat gain or fat loss. All right, so just keep that in mind. If you don't get to where if we don't meet our target, okay, it's not the end of the world. It's only the first 14 days or 15 days. But look for areas where you can improve. Okay, everything is put in this for a reason. All right, everything. So make sure you're getting 3 workouts. Make sure you're getting 3 cardios. Make sure your food's going to be a journey. Okay, unless you're just somebody that, and we do get this every challenge. We get a couple people that, that sometimes it's not new, so it's a little bit unfair because people have done it before, so they know what to expect. But sometimes we get new people that just they just take right to it and they get their numbers right away. Okay, that's not the average case. We're all wired differently, so I don't want to sit here and compare people because that's just, it's neither here nor there. It doesn't help you. What will help you is to look at the areas where you can improve upon. And you don't have to improve everything right away. Just pick something and work on that. If it's whatever, an average of 2 cardios per week so far, let's work on getting 3. Okay, and focus on that and make that a priority and find that other half an hour in the week to get that workout in, okay? To get that cardiovascular session in. So look for areas that you can improve. Don't sit back and say, I am hopeless. I can't do this. This doesn't work for me. No, you got to be proactive. You got to be pro-solution and look objectively at what you're doing. Okay, and this is a big thing with weight loss, right? Weight loss is emotional for a lot of people. And so we usually will we won't always, but quite often people will resort to emotional solutions for weight loss. And that's not what you want to do. You want to be objective and you want to think of everything as controlled. And then, observe what you're doing, note what you're doing, and then look for areas where we can make some relative change. Okay? But I understand the emotionality of it. Believe me, I've been down this road many, many times. Not necessarily that I dealt with weight issues, but I was involved in bodybuilding and, you're trying to change your physical appearance drastically. Anyways, okay, so how am I doing here? Almost 8 minutes. A lot of rambling. Let's get into some of your feedback. So let's do it. All right, this person writes, okay, so I never read off how many workout sessions they've done. So how many resistance-based workouts? 3, good. How many cardiovascular sessions? 1, not good. Name something specific you can improve on for the following week. Complete all my cardio sessions, absolutely. Name something specific you need help with. Why does MyFitnessPal app dashboard not show correct macros? It's off by a few. You should be able to put in your exact macros if you have the premium version. If you don't have the premium version, then you've got to do percentage of calories by 5% increments. So it's going to be close to. So maybe but I think this person has the premium version. So yeah, you should be able to do it. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe we can take a look at it together. Okay. Maybe we can do that when we do your weigh-in. Is there anything you'd like me to cover in this week's video series? Eating out, perhaps how to estimate fat in foods generally, so we can order foods with more thought. I understand eating out shouldn't be happening, but life makes it happen sometimes. Okay, so I would just say, I want to remind you that everything is a choice. And and I'm not judging you, I'm just saying everything is a choice, right? And in every challenge, we get a spectrum of people. We get people who are manic. We get people who, for the most part, this is, tends to be the bulk of the people, every challenge. They're somewhere in the middle, okay? And they end up doing, okay in the challenge. And then, we've got people that really struggle. And we've had a lot of people that struggle and that have come back and have done exceptionally well in the challenge. So, again, this is all about a journey. This is all about journey and learning. But to get to your question here, if you are going to eat out, I always say basic, and I know this person is vegetarian, so you want to think basic foods. You want to get a good quality source of protein in this case. So maybe what you want to do is go with something that's going to be tofu based, perhaps, and then look for real whole foods. So maybe like a salad that's got, I don't know, this. I know this person. I'm pretty sure this person can eat eggs, or does eat eggs. So a salad with some eggs and nuts and some fruit or something like that. That would be a great choice. I want to see something like fish or chicken or steak, baked potato, but obviously you're not going to eat that because you're a vegetarian. So I won't go there, but always think basic foods. Do not go with medleys, okay? Do not go with, something where they're putting in tons of different ingredients, especially sauces. Most foods at restaurants, if not all foods, are going to be, again, made the cheapest possible, right? And they're going to be designed to be tasty because they want you to come back and they want you to eat the food. So quite often it's going to be loaded with fat, okay? But not always. So it just depends on the restaurant, all right? But think basic food. You cannot go wrong thinking about basic food, and then just be careful with the ingredients. So again, if it's salad or something, and obviously, the obvious thing would be put the dressing on the side. If you get something like a baked potato, put the sour cream, the butter, the bacon bits, whatever. You're not gonna eat bacon, obviously, but this person won't. Put those things to the side, and then add, the amount that you like. All right, so but you've got to think basic. You can't go medley. You can't, you want to stay away from things that are, that are obvious, right? All right. So, and if you want me to be more specific about this, or if you have specific examples, then write me and let me know. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful to you. But think basic food. Going back to what I've always preached, you've got to think about basic food, restaurant or not. Restaurant or not, okay? Let's get to the message of the day here because I'm already at 12 minutes. And this is one of my favorites. Listen carefully. Every meal is a short-term investment in how you feel, a mid-term investment in how you look, and a long-term investment in your freedom from disease. Again, every meal every meal is a short-term investment in how you feel, a mid-term investment in how you look, and a long-term investment in your freedom from disease, right? This is a big one. All right, I'm gonna end it there. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, for the love of God. Give some gratitude, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.